Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of testing us, doesn't it? There are moments when it feels as if everything is going wrong, when the weight of the world presses so heavily on our shoulders that we wonder if we can even take one more step forward. And yet, it's in these very moments, these times of struggle, that we have the opportunity to discover something incredible about ourselves. We have the opportunity to choose how we respond. In a world that's often filled with noise, distractions, and endless demands, there's a power in simplicity. The ability to ignore what doesn't serve us, to smile even when things feel hard, and to move on from the past with courage. These aren't just small actions. They are powerful tools that can transform the way we live, the way we respond to life's challenges, and the way we carry ourselves through the toughest of times. Imagine a life where you have the strength to let go of what's holding you back, to refuse to be dragged down by negativity, and to face every storm with a smile on your face. It may sound impossible, but it's not. It's about realizing that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by how we choose to meet them. It's about reclaiming our peace, our joy, and our power, no matter what life throws at us. And today I want to talk to you about how we can do just that, how we can ignore the distractions, smile through the challenges, and move on with grace, knowing that the best is yet to come. So I invite you to open your heart to the possibility of a new way of living, a way that doesn't allow setbacks to define you, a way that allows you to find freedom in the face of adversity. Let's explore how we can take control of our emotions, our responses, and our lives, and turn even the hardest of times into an opportunity for growth, strength, and peace. The journey may not always be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. Life has a way of throwing challenges our way, doesn't it? It sometimes feels like we're walking through a storm, and just when we think we're getting our footing, the winds pick up, the rain falls harder, and the clouds seem to grow darker. But here's the thing, it's not the storm that defines us, it's how we choose to face it. In every moment, we have the power to choose our perspective. And that, my friends, can be the difference between feeling defeated and rising stronger than ever before. When we talk about perspective, what we're really talking about is the lens through which we see the world and how we see ourselves in it. Life might not always be fair, and people might not always treat us the way we deserve, but we don't have to give those things the power to dictate our peace. If we can shift our perspective, we can change the entire story we're living. We might not be able to control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. Imagine for a moment that life is a canvas and you hold the brush. There will be moments when the colors are bright, when everything is flowing perfectly and it feels like everything is falling into place. But there will also be moments of struggle, those shades of dark gray and even black that seem to blot out the brightness. But what if we could look at those darker moments not as mistakes or failures, but as opportunities? Opportunities to learn. Opportunities to grow, opportunities to discover the depth of our strength. What if we saw those moments not as the end of the road, but as part of a larger picture that we are in the process of creating? That's the beauty of perspective. It gives us the freedom to choose how we want to feel, how we want to react, and where we want to place our energy. When you change your perspective, you change your entire world. You start seeing not just the challenges, but the lessons hidden within them. You stop focusing on what's not working, and instead you begin to focus on what is. You realize that the storm, while uncomfortable, can teach you something about your own resilience. And most importantly, you begin to understand that nothing lasts forever, not the tough times, and not the good times either. Everything is temporary. And knowing that you can face whatever comes your way with a sense of calm and confidence. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, to allow the opinions of others or the failures of yesterday to shape our emotions and actions. But when you take control of your perspective, you take back your power. And that, my friends, is where the magic happens. When you start seeing obstacles as stepping stones, setbacks as setups for something greater, and every moment as an opportunity for growth, your entire approach to life transforms. You see, life will always have its ups and downs, but when you hold the power of perspective in your hands, you can navigate through the highs and lows with grace, clarity, and purpose. The storms will come, yes, but with the right perspective, you can face them with a heart that is unshaken, a spirit that is unbroken, and a mind that knows exactly where it's headed. So when life throws its challenges your way, and it will remember that your perspective is your greatest tool, you don't have to react to the world, you can respond to it. And in doing so, you'll discover that even in the darkest of times, you have the power to create your own light. There's something incredibly powerful about learning when to simply ignore. Now, I know that may sound counterintuitive, especially in a world that's constantly telling us to engage, to react, to respond, and to be heard. We're taught that we must always be active participants in every situation, that we have to give our energy to everything that comes our way. But here's a truth that many of us forget: not everything is worth your energy, and not everything needs your attention. Sometimes the greatest strength lies in choosing not to react at all. Think about it for a moment. How often do we find ourselves caught up in the drama of other people's lives or the noise of criticism and judgment? We get distracted by things that don't serve us, things that drain us, things that pull us away from what truly matters. Whether it's the hurtful words of others, the opinions of people who don't really know us, or the small irritations of daily life, these things can chip away at our peace if we let them. But we don't have to. We have the choice to ignore. The power of ignoring lies in our ability to protect our peace. It's a form of self-preservation. When you choose to ignore the things that don't add value to your life, you make space for what truly matters: your goals, your happiness, your growth. Think of ignoring not as an act of avoidance, but as an act of empowerment. It's about setting boundaries for your soul. It's about saying, I won't give my time and energy to things that bring me down. It's about realizing that you're not obligated to engage in every conversation or every situation that comes your way, especially if it's rooted in negativity, drama, or distraction. Ignoring doesn't mean you're being passive. It doesn't mean you're running away from problems. No, it means you're choosing to focus your energy on the things that move you forward, that bring you joy, and that align with your purpose. There are going to be people who criticize you, judge you, or try to bring you down. But guess what? They're not the ones who determine your worth. You do. And when you ignore the noise and keep your focus on your path, you take back control over your own life. It's not always easy to ignore. Our natural instinct is often to defend ourselves, to react, to fight for our truth. But every time we do that, we give our power away. We give away our peace, our time, and our emotional energy to things that don't deserve it. And what if, instead of reacting to every little thing, we chose to rise above it? What if we chose to walk away from the arguments, the drama, the negativity, and simply say, that's not my fight? Think of the relief you would feel. Imagine the freedom of not being tied down by the opinions and judgments of others, of not carrying around the emotional weight of every situation you don't agree with. By ignoring the distractions, you free yourself to focus on the things that truly matter. You give yourself the space to breathe, to think clearly, and to move forward without being bogged down by unnecessary baggage. At the end of the day, your peace is priceless, and the ability to ignore what doesn't serve you is a tool that will help you protect it. It's not about closing your eyes to the world, but rather choosing not to let the world dictate how you feel. It's about finding the strength to rise above the noise, to keep your focus on your journey, and to keep your heart light. And once you realize that you have the power to ignore the things that try to pull you down, you'll find that you can move through life with a sense of ease, grace, and unshakable confidence. There is something truly magical in a smile. It's a small gesture, a simple curve of the lips, and yet it has the power to transform not only our own mood, but the energy of everyone around us. Smiling is often seen as a reflection of happiness, but did you know that it's just as powerful when you smile, even when you don't feel like it? In fact, sometimes it's the act of smiling, especially in difficult moments, that brings us the greatest sense of freedom. A smile is more than just a physical expression, it's a tool we can use to shift our mindset, to reconnect with the joy inside us. Even when life feels overwhelming, there's a profound freedom in choosing to smile, especially in the face of adversity. It's a declaration that no matter what is happening around us, we refuse to be defined by the struggle. It's a quiet rebellion against the weight of the world. When we smile, we take back our power. We choose not to let the circumstances or the negativity of others take away our peace. The beauty of a smile is that it's not just for the outside world, it's a gift we give ourselves. Smiling releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that naturally lift our spirits. So when you smile, you are literally improving your mood, even if you don't feel particularly happy. It's a reminder that we are in control of how we respond to life and that our inner world doesn't have to be dictated by our outer circumstances. A smile can be your anchor when the waves of life are crashing down. But the freedom of smiling goes even deeper. It's a way of signaling to ourselves that we are resilient. Smiling in the face of hardship doesn't mean we're ignoring our pain or pretending that everything is perfect. No, it's acknowledging the pain, acknowledging the struggle, but choosing to rise above it. It's saying, I see you, and I am choosing to move through this with grace, with strength, and yes, with a smile on my face. Smiling in its purest form is an act of self-compassion. It's an invitation to be kind to ourselves, to offer ourselves a little grace when the world feels heavy. And let's not forget the power a smile has in connecting with others. You've experienced it before. When someone smiles at you, it lightens your day. It makes you feel seen, heard, and cared for. A smile creates a bridge between hearts, dissolving barriers and bringing people together. It's a universal language that doesn't need translation. A smile has the ability to uplift, inspire, and offer hope, especially in moments when hope feels distant. When you smile, you send a message that says, I'm okay, and I'm here for you even without uttering a single word. But here's the most beautiful thing about the freedom in smiling: it's completely within our control. In a world where so much feels unpredictable and outside of our grasp, the ability to smile is a power we can choose at any moment. In the face of uncertainty, in the midst of pain, in the middle of confusion, smiling is a gentle reminder that we are. There is a unique kind of strength in knowing when to let go and move on. We all carry baggage, whether it's from past relationships, missed opportunities, or painful experiences. These things can weigh us down, holding us in places we no longer belong, preventing us from stepping into the fullness of what's next. But here's the truth we all must face: clinging to the past only keeps us anchored in a chapter that has already ended. Moving on is not just a choice, it's a necessity for our growth, our healing, and our future. Letting go is never easy, especially when we've invested so much of our hearts, time, or energy into something. The memories, the dreams, the plans, they become a part of us, and parting with them feels like losing a piece of ourselves. But if we're honest with ourselves, we know deep down that sometimes holding on only keeps us stuck. The longer we hang on to what no longer serves us, the longer we delay the arrival of the new opportunities, the new joy, the new experiences that are waiting for us. Emotional resilience is something that every one of us can cultivate, and it's the foundation of living a life that is truly fulfilling. Resilience isn't about being invincible or never feeling pain. It's about how we respond when life doesn't go as planned. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, we have the ability to bounce back, to find our footing again, and to rise even stronger than before. Life can throw some hard punches, it always does, but emotional resilience gives us the strength to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep growing, even when things feel difficult. Building emotional resilience starts with a simple but powerful shift in mindset, understanding that pain, disappointment, and setbacks are not the end of our journey, but part of the process. We don't have to be afraid of hardship. In fact, we can learn to embrace it because within every challenge lies an opportunity to build strength. It's through these moments of struggle that we are shaped, refined, and empowered. Resilience comes not from avoiding difficulty, but from walking through it with courage and with the knowledge that we are capable of coming out on the other side. One of the key elements of emotional resilience is self-awareness. The more we know about ourselves, our triggers, our limits, our strengths, the better equipped we are to handle life's emotional roller coaster. When we understand our own emotions, we can navigate through them with greater ease. We don't have to be controlled by anger or sadness or fear. We can feel those emotions, honor them, but also choose how we respond to them. Emotional resilience doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending you're okay when you're not. It means acknowledging the truth of how you feel and then choosing how to move forward in a way that serves your well-being. Another critical aspect of emotional resilience is having the courage to ask for help. So often we think we have to handle everything on our own, that asking for support is a sign of weakness. But the truth is, it takes far more strength to reach out to others, to lean on the people who care about us. Resilience doesn't mean doing it alone. It means knowing when to tap into the strength of your community, your loved ones, your network. No one is an island, and building resilience doesn't just come from within, it comes from the relationships we nurture, the wisdom we share, and the support we give and receive. As we work on building emotional resilience, we also have to practice patience. Life doesn't always heal in a straight line. There are ups and downs, steps forward and steps back. Sometimes the process feels slow, and that can be frustrating. But resilience teaches us that healing and growth take time. We don't need to rush it. We don't need to have everything figured out. Every small step, every moment of persistence matters. And over time, we will look back and realize how far we've come, not just in overcoming adversity, but in becoming the kind of person who can face anything with confidence and grace. Building emotional resilience is also about finding strength in our values. When we know what we stand for, when we are connected to a deeper sense of purpose, it's easier to face life's challenges head on. Our values are like an anchor, keeping us grounded when the storms of life try to knock us off course. They remind us who we are, what we believe, and why we keep going, even when it feels tough. With a solid foundation in our values, we can weather any storm and emerge more aligned with who we're meant to be. In the end, emotional resilience is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about learning to not just endure the hard times, but to use them as stepping stones to becoming a better, stronger version of ourselves. The more we build our resilience, the more we realize that nothing in life has the power to break us. Because we know that no matter what comes our way, we have the strength to rise again. And with each challenge we overcome, we not only grow our own emotional strength, but we also become an inspiration to those around us, showing them that no matter how tough it gets, we all have the power to bounce back and continue moving forward. As we walk through this journey of life, we will face challenges, doubts, and moments that seem insurmountable. But here's the truth: we are not defined by the struggles we face, but by how we choose to rise in the face of them. Remember that you have the power to ignore the noise that doesn't serve you, to smile even in the toughest times, and to move on from the past so that you can embrace the future. And in all of this, building emotional resilience is not a destination, but a continuous practice, one that allows you to tap into your inner strength, embrace your full potential, and face each day with courage and grace. So, whatever it is that you're carrying today, whatever weight or burden you're feeling, know that you don't have to carry it alone. You have everything inside you to rise, to thrive, and to shine. Choose your perspective, smile in the face of adversity, and move forward with the confidence that your best days are ahead of you. You are stronger than you think, and your story is just beginning. Keep going because the world needs your light.